Welcome back to the Suburban Chateau. I'm Stephanie Everett, and if you remember on our last episode, we were looking at what makes an attractive antique setup. And we were looking at things that work and things that don't work and things I want to try to avoid as I'm getting ready to set up my antique booth here in Duncansville, PA, the next door community to us. So I'm getting a lot of ideas. I hope you enjoyed that, just kind of looking at what works and doesn't. And today I'm going to take you along for the ride. We're going to actually set up some of the infrastructure for my booth. I'm really excited to share with you. I am calling my booth the Suburban Chateau. And I do have a sign that I used. I recently went to the Mother Earth News Fair. I have a sign that I used that has a QR code that takes you right to my YouTube channel. So I wanted to use that sign again and kind of give it double duty. So it's going to be the sign in my booth, which I'm pretty excited about. And I'm also, if you remember the last time, I'm sort of gonna take the colors from my logo, the black background and the white lettering, to kind of get some ideas as to how I want to kind of frame that whole booth as I'm setting it up. So a lot of the infrastructure is black with white in the center. So I'm kind of using that as my basis, and I figure for seasonal changes, keeping the black and the white the same, but changing the other colors that revolve around this. And I'm pretty excited. This is a 3-month experiment for me, and we'll see after 3 months. I'm going to decide whether I should continue or not, which that's exciting as well, but I'm really excited just to share with you my booth. It's been painted freshly. It's going to be so exciting. So come along for the ride, and we'll set up the Suburban Chateau Antiques booth. So we stopped by the Antique Depot just to take a look. They had put the stalls up. My number is 123, and you can see they have just freshly painted this 10 by 12 area. So I wanted to kind of get a visual idea of what I was going to do. I also wanted to set this up as inexpensively as possible. So I looked around my house and I tried to find some pieces of furniture that I could use to populate the booth. And I had these 2 corner cupboards that I had bought from a neighbor years back on a yard sale. And they were holding china in my house, but they really weren't heirloom pieces. And I thought they would be the perfect framework. And I meant for the corners of the back wall of the booth. So I took them and I spray painted them white on the inside, and my intention is to spray them black on the outside. So I did some creative use of tape, double duty, and we got the insides are white and the outsides are going to be black. In addition to those 2 corner cupboards, I'm going to be using, you saw a white table there. I did pick that up on Facebook Marketplace, but from a close friend for $10. And I thought that would be a nice little table to sit between the 2 corner cupboards. And again, use sort of a similar theme with the whole thing. Okay, we're going to see. This is the first one I did. We're going to see how it looks when I pull off the tape. I'm very worried about the white paint getting chipped off by the tape because some of it just got, I could tell that might happen. So we're going to just see. I'm going to go real slow and careful. And we'll see if there was any overspray inside. I know I can fix it, but I'm going to take it off before it gets too much adhered to it. So far, I know I definitely have a spot on the one side that's going to come off. There's a little tiny bit, but maybe it'll look distressed. It's going to look distressed. So for the most part, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I have a couple little spots. I'll kind of zoom in on that a little bit that need a little repaint job. That's no big deal. That's from the no stick paint. There's another one, but for the most part, I love the look of it. And the one I thought I had taped poorly actually turned out better. I had sort of a different idea on how to tape this one, and for some reason it did turn out better. I painted black on the sides. I taped underneath, and now there's a little bit of overspray in there, but I'm working on it to try and even it out. there's the black and there's the white and there's the whole framework. These two cupboards are going to be the frame that everything else fits in around in my booth. So this is the first thing I'm going to set up in the morning. I am beyond excited about this. And then I'll show you, I have a bookcase that I purchased over the weekend that I'm going to try to run it home and spray paint it tomorrow. I think it's going to be mostly black. I find the white is hard to work with. So I think the other one might just be all black. And I have a ton of black left over. And it seems like that covers real well. Doesn't take as many coats. We'll see if the bookcase shelves pop out, I'll make them white and I'll paint the rest of it back. That way, if you set things on it, they'll stand out. But I'm very excited about how this is looking. This is just the beginning. I have so much more to do, but here's a start. On the day that I'm moving into the antique booth at the Antique Depot in Duncansville, PA, and really excited, just putting the finishing touches. Puppy and I are up. She's getting her breakfast and I am getting ready to go to the gym a little later this morning, but I thought last night at about 9, I started to repair a couple of these spots that got pulled up by the tape. So I'm going to take just a moment this morning and just do a little bit of touch-up work so that everything looks great when we go to the depot. I'll go to the gym and these will have time to dry and then I'll load them, and the depot opens at 10. So we'll go on in and get, at least today, I would like to get kind of the infrastructure set up for the booth. So that means these two pieces. I'd like to get my sign up. I'd like to get, there is a bookshelf that I purchased that's sitting over there at the depot that I'd like to paint. So I might just throw it in the back of my car and bring it home and finish that up today. But today is just the day, it's just starting to get set up. I also have the little table that I'm going to take over and put in the center of the booth, and hopefully that works out as well. So the 3 big infrastructure pieces. And today is also, I'm going to take every box I have full of pieces to sell over. And that's about 6 or 7 boxes at this point. Today I'm going to try my pegboard hooks that I got at, we went to the local Harbor Freight and got some pegboard hooks. So we'll see if those work out. And it's a pretty exciting day. So I've got the car packed. I'm all ready to go. I'm heading out to the Antique Depot in Duncansville. I'm really nervous about this. I don't know why. I just took my time packing the car, getting everything put in here. Today I'm going to focus on infrastructure. That means setting up the framework of the booth. My table I couldn't fit in the car, so I might have to run back to get it. But as I'm not going to populate, I don't think I'm going to put too much out today yet. We'll see. I have boxes of stuff in the car. My intention is to box up more things tonight and put more things in the booth, and then just slowly develop exactly all my tags. I have them with me. I have pens. I think I have what I need. I have the little hooks for the pegboard. But my biggest concern is where to unload. So I'm hoping they'll let me unload in the back, which is really close to my booth. So here we go, everybody. This is a new adventure. So it's end of day one. I've got the 2 corner cupboards up. The sign is up. My rack for clothing is up. And now I'm going to grab the bookshelf that I bought earlier in the week. And I'm going to run it home and give it a makeover. So I sanded it lightly and I popped the back off. I gave that a coat of white paint, and then I didn't have enough white paint, so it ended up being pink. And then I did, of course, the black for the rest of the bookshelf. And I think it really matches the look of what I'm going for. So as we begin day 2 of our booth setup, here is just a reminder of the infrastructure, everything we set up. We added the black table in between those 2 corner cupboards and the black bookshelf with the pink background. Everything is in place. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm so excited about getting started on our antiques booth, and I can't wait. The next episode we'll fill it up with all the goodies and get everything ready to open up, and I'm hopeful to be ready by the weekend when the big crowds come into the Antique Depot. So it's pretty exciting times for us, and I want to thank you so much for joining me here at the Suburban Chateau.